Hello everybody, welcome to the continuing Starcraft 2 Brood War remake Starcraft 1 video clip series thingy. I opted to show you guys how this is run to a degree, or what it looks like rather, when you have it set up right. There's been a lot of interest in getting this running by other people, and actually I wanted to do a shout out to one of the creators who showed up to make a comment about where you can download it, and follow that download link and instructions and you guys should be fine. But the way I have it set up, at least, you stick the maps in the correct directory, so you can see how I've gone here, program files, to developing the maps. And you have to set up some mods as well, so make sure that those are in place, otherwise the thing's not going to work. But following the instructions was actually very straightforward once you had the download done, and ta-da, there are the maps. Select the map you're interested in. So in my case, I think we're on Terran02, the Dylarian Shipyards. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so I load that up, and I load that up, and I load that up, and there it is. Okay, and you can just ignore the errors that are there. Notice that my mouse is hovering over the test document Starcraft button at the top of the screen. Yeah, so you're gonna need to go ahead and click that, and a few moments later the load screen should pop up. My zoom is all off here because I need to readjust what my recording screen is actually focusing on. I don't usually use a full screen recording for the to maintain file sizes and maintain frame rates. Loading can take quite a while, so I actually ended up skipping ahead in the cutting out the middle of the recording. Here it is. Here's our actual recording. Alright, let's make sure that y'all can let's enjoy the briefing together, shall we? But Dylarian Shipyards, and here it goes.
Receiving incoming transmission.
Vice Admiral Stukov has informed me of your flawless sortie upon Braxis.
Man, can you kill command centers?
Leading our campaign with such a decisive victory. Our attack teams have decrypted the Dominion's data link and have gained access to Ming's most guarded files.
My god, did he have strange tastes in porn. No wonder he guarded it so carefully.
We have ascertained the location of the Dylarian Shipyards. These shipyards, serving as a fueling and repair station for the Dominion, house a number of functional battle cruisers in dry dock. To assure that our domination of this sector remains uncontested, you are to assault the shipyards and liberate as many of these capital ships as possible.
And yet another
Gentlemen, I recommend that you launch this attack using the utmost caution. Dominion Command can typically reinforce its outlying bases within 16 standard hours.
16 hours, eh? Well, given that it should take us all of, 30 minutes to complete this mission, or less, kinda sorta wondering how your 16-hour threat is even a threat.
Is that understood?
Of course.
Unless the standard hour is like 2 minutes of our time.
You're beginning to show your age, Gerard.
Give the boy some credit.
He just tipped us off to a preeminent attack.
I mean, we would never have guessed the Dominion would try to stop us from stealing their battle cruisers.
You will always be a traitor in my eyes. And you know that I cannot abide a traitor.
Won't do well, Gerard. Captain, when you are ready, you may commence with the operation. Once you have commandeered the enemy's battle cruisers, be prepared to repel the Dominion reinforcements when they arrive.
All joking aside, that's a bit I actually really like that they've done so far. I also love the I cannot abide a traitor line. Excellent foreshadowing, sort of. You'll see, it'll all play out during this campaign. Yeah, and once again they give us a cutscene instead of just showing the actual units moving around, which frankly sets up the mood just as well, if not a little bit better. Anywho, we're about to encounter... Oh, those are some sexy dropships. Unless those are wraiths. Yeah, those might be wraiths. They may not actually be dropships. Nope, they're definitely dropships. Wow, those are some beautiful dropships.
Alright, troops, listen up. Each squad will have a medic assigned to it to patch up the wounded.
Each squad, huh?
Get careless. Stay frosty and get
So how many units to a squad exactly? Because if I'm doing my math right here, we've got 1 Marine or 2 per medic. Never realized a squad counted as what, 1? Well, if you're gonna give me excess medics, I ain't not gonna complain. Also notice, you know, in principle, this is a fairly reasonable plan, IMO. You know, capturing their battleships while they're dry dock and commandeering them and bailing Gesher. But recognize what we're commandeering them with. A pilot. A single civilian pilot. That's it. Oh man. So right here was my first mistake. I forgot that in Starcraft 2 mechanics, you can't actually shoot back at units on the high ground. And the result is that, well, if there's anything on the high ground, it's going to hit you with impunity. This mission was one of my favorite. I used to call them installation levels back in the day. This one was one of my favorite installation levels, where you're given a small or a set contingent of units, and you have to accomplish a specific sequence of objectives on a map, rather than, you know, get an SCV with minerals and go base building. This was one of my favorites. Firstly, the story was reasonable, and you really did feel like the UED was doing something that made sense, which is always nice. By the way, here go our pilots. That's it, just one guy. He can operate an entire battle cruiser all on his own. Don't need any crews, don't need any people in the engine, none, you know, engine room or anything. I get to like fighter pilots in battleships. Anywho, but yeah, this was a really good installation level. It really set the stage for what medics do. It gives you a chance to use all those second and third tier abilities that you wouldn't otherwise, well, at least I didn't otherwise get around to using, like optic flare, which I think has only ever factored into one professional Starcraft match, and I can tell you with certainty, it never has factored into any of my matches. Actually, that's the last pilot, so let's just win this platform, or we can kill everyone and then win it. It's all good. In goes the pilot, who no doubt has 6 legs and 12 arms to be able to operate that battle cruiser all by himself. But yeah, first class from here. Anywho, missions and structure-wise, this was really nicely done. You got to experiment with these troops in a manner that you wouldn't normally be able to, which was nice. It was one of the first 2 missions, so they were allowed to make it rather straightforward and simple. It didn't have to be a challenge mission. Oh, right here, come on. Flare it up.
Must be an emergency. You rang. Please state the nature. Need some triage. You rang.
Spread them out to avoid tank shots. There it is, the tank shot. Blind it, and then we'll heal up. Nicely done. StarCraft 2, the StarCraft 1 into StarCraft 2 transition has been mostly flawless. They did a really good job with this one, and massive props to the people who wrote this. That said, there are little things that you can tell didn't work out quite right. For example, tanks in StarCraft 2 had a whole lot of unlisted buffs. Namely, superior smart targeting was definitely a thing. Why am I using 2 of them to scout? They're not even cloaked. If they get shot, I'll lose them both. That was patently stupid of me. I guess it should be clear at this point, this is a post-recording, not a recording I made while playing. Hence why I'm able to look back and wonder why I did stupid shit. But yeah, anyway. So, because units group more tightly and move in tighter groups in StarCraft 2, just as an inherent part of the better engine, tanks become so much more deadly because they're always aiming at tighter clusters of units. And as a result, oh, there it is. Fuck, the ghost just got shot. Proving my point. And as a result of this, if you give the tanks the exact same damage output they had in StarCraft 1, which is what's happened in this case, they deal so much more damage, or rather to so many more units. They're a much bigger problem than they otherwise would have been. Not to mention, you can't actually shoot back at units on the high ground, they're not revealed. And so, like here, there's literally nothing I can do. I guess maybe I could cloak the ghosts across, but I'm fairly sure that turns out not to be viable as well. So instead I try this method of spreading out my units so that they don't all get shot, and just running as many civvies across as I can. And sure enough, I get across enough to commandeer both battlecruisers.
Pilots are a valued resource, Captain.
Not on account of the fact that they have genetic breeding programs, so they can control six things at once with their 8 arms.
Battle cruiser operational.
Now, what am I gonna do here? I guess I have to try and get the ghosts to the other side, to make them useful. So I'll try and cloak them across, I guess. I don't know. If cloak works, I'll end up eating my own words, but I doubt it. Where am I even highlighting? There they are. So he can tank at least one tank shot. Tank a tank shot. So I have enough ghosts that I should be able to get at least one across if I put the healthiest one in front and then walk in a line. Or cloak and then get lucky that there's no detectors. Here's the cloak. And it just so happens there are no detectors. I still can't aim at the high ground. If I had been able to aim at the high ground, I could have, locked down the tank or something. Or optic flared or something. Anyway, here goes. I'm going to try this thing where I spread out the 3 ghosts, decloak them all simultaneously, and use that to tank one of the tank shots, and run these guys in for the touchdown with 2-point conversion. That one's just never going to work. Maybe I could have tried to ghost across, but maybe not. Ooh, you a badass looking ghost in lavender.
Got 4 nukes on standby, awaiting your orders.
Unfortunately, these weren't load-bearing command centers, so we don't have control of the entire fucking planet at the same time. But we tried. There we go. Now, from this angle, the dropships look more ordinary. Less badass. Alright, so now we get one of, in my opinion, the most memorable segments of this mission. The ghosts with nukes. And this is one of the many places where I've got to give Starcraft 2 credit. I'll lay into them for the story and for being crappy in so many ways. But one thing they did right, and that is mission design. They fixed a lot of... They learned a lot from Starcraft. Oh? What? Okay, so I saw the scout and then got shot the second time. Anyway, they learned a lot from StarCraft 1 and their mistakes there. For example, energy on ghosts. In-game, energy is a fantastic way to balance shit out, no question about it. Out of game, like here, why would you ever use energy? Oh wow! There's the obvious nuke target. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. If I can take this out before my energy runs out, it'll be perfect. But yeah, why would you ever use energy in a setting like this? You're encouraging your player to stand around and regain energy after every use of energy. I could technically decloak this ghost and then fast forward for a full 2 minutes of doing nothing. And it'd be just fine. In fact, some abilities... Oh, apparently I left him cloaked. That was a mistake. In fact, some abilities like Kerrigan's Consume make these types of missions so much more tolerable because you have a way of rapidly regenerating your energy, so you can actually make use of energy abilities, which otherwise you wouldn't really be able to do much with. I fear that I actually pushed that science vessel from where it wasn't a big deal to where it might be a big deal later. Anyway, so working with energy during these installation levels, and you're going to see what happens later and just how much that can bite a player like me who ends up being too cautious in the ass. Now, in StarCraft 2, they used a different system. They used not psionic energy, but cooldown abilities. So you get to only use an ability once per fight, but it recharges after that fight, or if the fight is extended twice during a fight. And this allowed for, I'm just notice how I'm just testing it out first cloak to see if there's any units, with the marine to see if there's anything to shoot you, then with the pilot to actually claim it, because, you know, overly cautious. But yeah, this allows for trying a whole lot of crazy shit in your campaign levels and never feeling like you're wasting your abilities. You know, you're using them as often as you can. In particular, the mission with Nova in Starcraft 2, it was fantastic to get to use the mind-bending abilities over and over and over and over the whole time. And if it had been Starcraft 1, well, I remember the Dark Archon mission from the end of Starcraft 1, the secret mission, and it wasn't nearly as satisfying. Oh my god, why am I doing this? I could just nuke from the high ground and... oh. Yeah, now you're dead. I mean, I didn't realize he had that kind of range on the missile turret, but even so, nuke from the high ground. Just go to the edge and drop a nuke. Anyway, that's 2 ghosts down, 3 to go. Obviously not running as well as I'd like it to. Send him in all the way to the edge and we'll nuke him. Make sure he's cloaked too. Actually, they can't see the high ground. Okay, this game is fucking borked. How come I can't see units on the high ground and they can? It's probably got something to do with like the map reveal or something, I don't know. Well, the result now is I have to be scared of that missile turret from every angle. I'm not even going to take a chance. I'm just going to make sure to nuke that includes the missile turret, and we can pick off all the other structures with cloak ghosts. That's fine with me. Unless there's like also a science vessel, in which case, well, the hell... oh, there were 2 missile turrets. Well, it's a good thing I got them both by accident. 80 more energy should be enough to pick off these stray marines, so yeah. I might have to go the long way. Yeah, I'll have to go the long way. Yeah, this is not a job for a low energy ghost. This is a job for a higher energy ghost. Or actually, I have an army, don't I? Yeah, I can just walk over these barracks, I guess. Or these bunkers, I guess. And yeah, there's one of my high energy ghosts. So we'll use him to soften up the targets, and then we'll go from there.
Yes, sir. I'm on it.
There we go. Siege tanks locked down, send in the army, and then this should be an easy win. I should once again remind my audience that oh, take the pilots out for sure. Should once again remind my audience this is not my level of play for when I'm playing Starcraft 2 for keeps. I used to play at like a Diamond League level back before there was a Grandmaster League and a Master League and stuff. Now obviously I'm not as good, but back then I was better. Also, I'm playing windowed mode instead of full screen, so I lose a lot of advantages. And you know what? Lockdown lasts a long time. I'm betting it's still locked down even. Yep, see, it's still locked down right now. Oh my god, holy unfucking bad luck timing, Batman. Okay, that really sucks. I just got shafted on the timing there. I guess picking all those pilots out of my lineup really delayed me more than I thought it would. Okay, reviewing my assets, I have 3 medics, a series of useless pilots, and a ghost. 2 ghosts. Technically speaking, all I need is the cloaked ghost to win this fight. Unfortunately, it's going to be the most boring thing to watch ever. I'd video edit out the wait, but no. Instead of video editing out the wait, I'm just gonna update you guys a little bit on some of the things that have been going on. First and foremost, for those of the people watching this video who are fans of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup or have watched my other videos regarding that, please do take note of the most recent 1.5 minute video, the Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup announcement video. It's only going to be, it's kind of an announcement for something I'd like to try next week depending on the interest level, and it does seem like there's going to be enough people to make it worthwhile. So please do check it out and weigh in on what, whether or not you're interested and what chat service you're more familiar with, Ventrilo or Mumble, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, let's not risk the ghost and just pull them out at less energy. give him more time to recover. That's the first major announcement I'd like to make. Secondly, I think I might try another system that I've had in mind to try for a while but haven't actually gotten around to setting up, so that I would be able to do live commentary on the Starcraft 2 videos, because part of the reason this video is so delayed is that I've actually had to dub this audio commentary 3 times due to technical issues, and well, this being the third time, and that frankly it's irritating if you sit for however long it is the first time and then you have to do it again. So doing it in the moment might result in slightly less quality, but it will allow me to actually get these out faster, and that's always a plus for the audience, I believe. That's the other. I think that's everything that I really wanted to get off my chest, and let's see how that bunker is doing. Okay, it's on fire. Have the second ghost on standby to help out.
Standing by.
Can he finish it? Oh, he has 100. He has 100 energy. He's gonna finish it. Make sure the medics are around, because we can probably out-heal the DPS of the Marines inside. No, can't out-heal the DPS of everything inside. And this way they don't go running off and force me to chase them halfway across all Tarnation. Okay, there we go. Decloak. And regen energy. Let's also walk the pilots in. Hopefully we get some pilots out now. We still have a bunch of nukes that we haven't launched. We've only launched 2 of our 4. And if I recall my StarCraft 1 correctly, you only really need 3 for this platform. But the 4th can help a lot with the next platform if you don't use it up. Okay, it looks like they've got a high ground position, which is right now being revealed by the battlecruiser, thank God, with a single turret all the way in the back. If I can nuke out the... basically I need to nuke from out of range and somehow get the missile turret in it. There we go. That's hopefully a perfect nuke, otherwise it's going to be another boring slugfest with the remaining... Oh no, there's 2 bunkers worth of units. Fuck. Okay. There's the big kablam. Swear to God, if this kind of tediousness happens in a future video, I might just edit it out so as to not put you guys through it. And again, if this had been like, you know, a run that I was doing on StarCraft 1, what I would have been doing, because when I was a kid I did this all the time, is save and restore before every committed decision so that I never would lose a ghost. And that way, you know, I would have had 5 ghosts doing this instead of 1. So this isn't a mission design failure right now that's causing this. This is a I fucked up, but not enough that I have to redo. And oh no, there's a Marine there. Damn it. And apparently that Marine didn't make it. Curious what that was from. In which case, oh, from this guy who's taking pot shots at everyone. I'm pretty sure this is the end of the... Yeah, this is the end of the line, so this is the last battlecruiser for this platform. Other thing I'd like to mention is that reason why that you could tell this was Brood War level design and not StarCraft 1 level design, or original StarCraft 1 level design. You don't need every battlecruiser. It's okay to miss a couple. You need enough to win the final fight, and depending on how well you micro, like you have Yamato cannons, they don't. You have usually a somewhat of a numerical advantage, even without all the battlecruisers.
Go ahead, HQ. Input coordinates.
Right, everybody's favorite unit, tanks.
Is it critical?
Oh no, what are we gonna do with these tanks?
Lockdown, pronto!
Medic, restore us!
Must be an emergency.
Lockdown was a ridiculously long-lasting stun ability for how valuable it was. I think it was secondary only to Arbiter Stasis, but unlike Stasis, you could attack both directions. In Brood War, all of the new ability effects were much shorter-lived, including the Corsair's D-Web, including the mind control, the Maelstrom of the Archons. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Nuking that low ground makes sense, but since they can't see up, hopefully, if I just waltz into range, siege up, I should be able to knock it out with one shot. and he won't be able to shoot back. Or, you know, I can first just secure ground and take them. No, what are you guys doing? Just send one to lock him down, or do something intelligent. Okay, looks like I'm gonna go the least intelligent way. Well, I guess in fairness, he can't shoot up and I can shoot down, so it should be an easy kill. And how did he get a shot off? He didn't. Okay, good. I was just at low health to begin with. Okay. Send in the pilots, I guess. Just advance them forward.
Standing by.
Got my armada. Man, I don't remember if there was ever a way to like pierce the shroud or the fog without just waltzing units into the unknown in this level. But now that I'm playing it, you know, now it kind of is harrowing each step you take and not knowing where you're gonna end up. But those medics, my god, you know, of all the advances of Brood War over Starcraft 1, there's a lot of things that they fixed, and a lot of reasons why Starcraft 1 alone never really hit a competitive level play, but Starcraft Brood War totally did. And oh, this is an easy nuke. Nope, never mind. Not even a nuke situation. Just he's locked down. Just waltz in here and end him. And maybe decloak to save yourself energy, or push forward to see if there's more, because it'll cost more to reactivate. Oh no! Well, there goes the ghost. What a waste. I'm not even sure how I got detected there. You know, that kind of sucks. Whatevs. We're totally gonna nail you from out of range. Actually, I should micro this so that when the Marines come flooding out after it goes down, I have at least one not in siege mode. Perfect. And I only need one out of siege mode. We'll leapfrog the tanks in a minute. But yeah, StarCraft Brood War, there's a reason that it became competitive and StarCraft 1 didn't. And of all the changes, medics revitalized Terrans so much in a way that no other race had that level of awesome. Sure, Zerg really badly needed siege units. Like, if you can imagine playing Zerg and only having your Ultralisks to plow through sieged positions versus, I guess, Ultralisk plus Defiler, compared to the other races who had, oh my god, it's spying on my platform and getting off single pot shots. Let's get better platform coverage. Okay, now that we have such good coverage of that area, we'll waltz our army across, hopefully with some tank support. Yeah, but imagine doing it without any of that support. And why are you sending the ghost? Send a Marine or somebody who doesn't matter. Anyway, looks like that tank got blowed up before I could lock it down, so good. And I'm apparently not going to bother healing him, so that when I launch a nuke, they actually bring the science vessel in so that I can get a kill. They can kill him off. That's just fantastic. Okay, no more ghosts. I'm sorry, no more nukes. Still have some ghosts, but no more nukes. Let's just bring these guys in. It's the last platform. If we can manage to catch that science vessel and lock it down, this is an easy win. Hell, if we can lock down anything, it'll be an easy win. But medics revitalized Terran so much. They made your Marines so much more valuable. They let your Marines use stim without being permanent cripples. Like, honestly, before Brood War, I don't think I ever used stim without power overwhelming, which is the god mode cheat, activated. Because it just felt like a waste, you know? It's like, maybe you'll kill your enemy faster, at the cost of 25% of your health. I mean, at that point, you've already lost the battle. We'll get the second tank on the high ground for sure. And watch, with just my luck, the lockdown will probably end just as, you know what, I'm not going to take that chance. It's locked down. We're going to kill it right now. You get no more vision of our tanks. In fact, we're going to employ the same tactic twice. What are you going to do about it? Alright, now that we have this area secured, we can start walking the pilots in. And they can single-handedly control entire battle cruisers because they're just fucking awesome like that. We'll need the tanks here. We definitely want the tanks here. So let's demode and then load those up in a bit. And of course the battlecruiser flight path right now doesn't provide me any vision since they're heading towards the central platform, so... Shocks.
Battlecruiser operation.
There's another! I'm not sure where he's waltzing to. Oh, apparently I missed one all the way back there. I don't know why I'm not advancing against that last bunker yet. I guess I'm just trying not to multitask too much. Which is, you know, the opposite of what you should be trying to do. Yeah, definitely leapfrog these tanks so that if I get bum rushed by nothing, I'll be okay. There we go. Edge of vision. So yeah, Marines were awesome. Or sorry, medics were awesome. They made Marines so much more viable. There is in fact a tank out there shooting us, but medics have enough health to take one tank shot to the face, and tanks can see farther than they can shoot farther than they can see. So, you know, that helps. Blind the remaining tank. And a blind tank is only worth half as much as a real tank. I say half because you usually have something else providing the vision anyway, which incidentally is a huge part of the reason blind was never worth the research upgrade. Unless of course you're a boxer and used it to blind fucking every observer your enemy had in their 8 observer fleet before sending in raids to destroy their carriers. Of course, with boxer, you could probably give him nothing but spawn broodlings and he'd still win.
Additional pilots are en route now to your location.
Let's actually try blinding this tank right here.
Careless with them in the future.
I mean, we do have enough energy to get away with it, so might as well. And now that he's blind, we should be able to just waltz in there and take him out. You know, assuming shooting him doesn't reveal our location, which it probably does. Oh, I can always just do this. No, my god, so shooting did reveal our location, and despite being blind, he gets to shoot back. Yeah, this is why blind is fucking pointless. I mean, I guess I was trying to sneak in there, but knowing my luck, the blind radius would still include the beacon. But now that we've actually, by the looks of it, cleared this entire platform, it shouldn't be that complicated. Just seize the last 2 beacons, one there and one just to the left, which I haven't noticed yet, and win. One. And my god, did that civilian go from looking like Geordie LaForge to looking like fat British guy. Alright, come on. Come on. It's right there. Figure it out. 2 and 2 together. I guess I'm rightfully worried that there's like a siege tank or something waiting to insta-gib all my units. So we'll just march the whole army and make sure that the ghost goes first because, you know, cloaks. Not sure why he's zigzagging, but whatever. Okay, okay, I get it. You're nervous about losing a ghost. Get over it. One more beacon. Just win. If he can handle it cloaked and decloaked, he can totally handle it with a civilian. And there it is. That's enough battlecruisers, hopefully, to take on a fleet. So
we are tracking a large fleet of Dominion ships in your vicinity.
Let's go ahead and get these all arrayed for battle. Group them up. Try and spread them out a little bit in like a half-circle formation.
Our newly acquired fleet to battle the intruders.
They came here a lot faster than 16 standard hours. If I didn't know any better, I'd think Durand was full of shit. Unfortunately, I don't know any better. That was a lousy setup for a battle. They're not even arrayed. I mean, look how nicely the Dominion ships are arrayed here.
The Dominion flagship, NORAD 3.
And notice how one of them looks like he's on like crack or something. Actually, several of them look, they're like jumping up and down. Like they're laughing.
And in the name of Emperor Mengsk, I order you to surrender your forces immediately and unconditionally.
Aw, Duke, what did they do with your portrait, man?
General Duke, I expected your forces to arrive
I thought you expected them in 16 hours. Ah.
But the combined might of the United Earth Directorate.
Earth Directorate? You mean to tell me you've come all the way out here from Earth?
That is correct, General. We're here to take control over this sector and its occupants for the betterment of mankind.
Over my dead body.
I will not let you better mankind no matter
what.
No one
pushes around the Terran Dominion on my watch. All units, fire at will.
And notice that all the setup I did on my fleet, for better or worse, is immediately undone, guaranteeing that they get this beautiful concave where they get to shoot on my units and I don't. So I guess a little bit more micro would be necessary. I'm quickly going around and trying to tell pairs of battlecruisers to Yamato, because it takes 2 Yamatos to instigate a battlecruiser. But I should be fine. I don't really have a gauge in this windowed view on just how many battlecruisers there are, but by the feel of it, it looks like 4 versus 8. And so yeah, that should really end it. There we go. Now I have a numerical advantage. Oh, there's another one off to the side. Interesting. Okay, and that's our heroic attempt to steal multiple battlecruisers from the UED resulted in us claiming 5 battlecruisers. I guess next time we'll just go and mine for a while. But no. Even in universe, it makes sense to take out their primary strike force like we did. That definitely gives us a plan. Anyway, thanks for watching the vid. Announcements I've already managed to give while nothing was happening. Please join me next time for Ruins of Tarsonis. This is Rashid signing out for now. Once again, I'd like to personally thank the authors of this mod for making it so goddamn fun and for commenting on my video. It makes me feel kind of awesome. Catch you all later.